Ako po si Mark Lopez.
Si Doc Ethel.
Maricar Serrano.
Darwin Cañete.
Tom Berenguer.
Manny Biernes.
Kami po ay bumabati sa inyo ng isang maligayang Pasko at manigong bagong taon.
Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from all of us at Teleradio Bandido TV.
Pasko, Pasko na naman.
You are watching the multi-awarded Radio Bandido TV on Channel 224 Sky Cable and TV Plus boxes. Simulcast on DZRJ 8:10 a.m. Informing, advising, and entertaining the Filipinos and OFWs around the world. Streaming live on www.facebook.com/DZRJ 8:10 a.m. or on YouTube, channel RJAM News. To all Teleradio Bandido viewers and listeners, you can now watch Teleradio Bandido on our new YouTube channel, RJAM News. Hit the subscribe button and like the video. Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified when a new video gets uploaded. Don't miss out on our dynamite lineup. You can now listen to RJFM and DZRJ 8:10 a.m. from wherever you are. Just type in RJ 100.3 FM on TuneIn Radio, Streema, Radio Garden, and just type in RJFM for online box radio. For DZRJ 8:10 a.m., just type in DZRJ 8:10 a.m. on TuneIn Radio, Streema, and Radio Garden. Happy listening!
Greco Militar. Ito yung nag-expose ng corruption sa military. Si Commissioner sa Presidential Anti-Graft. Ito yung nagkakalkal ng graft and corruption. May prinsipyo to. Wala itong ginawa kung hindi mag-expose ng anomalya sa gobyerno. You're good, honest, and you are a crusader. Bihira yan sa tao, crusader. Not for the money, but for the cause you believe in. It's really your values na tayo nice. Mabuhay ka, Greco.
Greco Bellica.
All right, cheers to everyone. I'm DJ Chen, but before we go on our chit chat, syempre, let's first go to my loving intention for everyone. Okay, so syempre, it's Christmas, so we want nothing but peace and prosperity to be upon us all. Okay, so I can't wait for that day when nations and everyone is getting along and helping each other regardless of differences. Don't you want that? So you know. The thing is, we've seen almost pretty much everything. We've witnessed even the pandemic in this lifetime. We never even thought we'd see that. But how come peace and prosperity are both so elusive? So, i-hashtag na natin yan. So sad. Or let's hashtag make more and let's have more peace. All right? So, I'd like to welcome everyone to our show. That's Good, Great, Unstoppable, the Francine de las Alas show. Okay, so you are here right now. And again, I'm DJ Chen. Syempre, every Saturdays from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., we are live from DZRJ 8:10 a.m. And you can also catch us at various TV Plus boxes, at your I think the channel depends, the TV Plus boxes channel depends upon your location, but nevertheless you can catch us also there. And then we also have our YouTube channel, that's RJ News PH. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. Okay, so CLC as well, and leave only nice comments, because nasty comments don't belong in this hour, or at least in this station. Okay, so anyway, what's next? What have we here, guys? Are we really hashtag almost zero COVID forever? So some 2 weeks ago, I was actually talking about the unchanging numbers of death rates. For sometimes the deaths on the average would would swing between 191 to 200 plus. and that's been pretty much that way since the onset of the pandemic. But for the first time last Thursday, we only had 10 death cases and about 200 plus cases of COVID that day. Just this Thursday, were you checking on DOH? I actually, that's probably become my habit also, because I want things to just go back to normal. Okay, so and I'm really happy because with the lower death rates, at least we are finally doing something right. The doctors, the patients, right? They're probably vaxxed. Most of them are probably vaxxed now, or are taking care more of their health, are probably even more mindful of the health and safety protocols, and that is really, really good. Okay, so let us hope and fight for zero COVID deaths for good, not just for hashtag zero COVID forever. Okay, let's show COVID-19 that we are the boss. Okay, so guys, we are counting on your cooperation, me included. We have to keep the health and safety protocols in place. You can add your own, or even what they call that, personalize it there. You can personalize the basic health and safety protocols according to how you according to your lifestyle. And I'm sure too that you have encountered that. Okay, you have encountered that own adjustment in the last how many months? I think 19 or 20. About 19 months. I think we are 4 months away from celebrating the second year of COVID-19. Not good, guys. But anyway, so again, your health and safety protocols, personalize it if you have to. Okay, so this is how we have to continuously take the COVID-19 threat seriously. All right. So again, reminding everyone, mask up, face shield up all the way. Okay, booster, booster, and also get vaxxed if you haven't gotten vaxxed. Okay, social distance mindfully. Be thoughtful of others. Be thoughtful also of others' health and safety protocols. I swear, I don't understand ever since day one. 100% of every person that I've encountered would just whiz in and out. Whiz in and out of my health and safety protocols. And it's like, COVID was never there. So if you are one of this, be more mindful, because you never know. You might be the one bringing your death, the agent of death at home, and you don't want that. Okay. So anyway, kudos to those who made this dwindling number of daily cases, both daily cases of COVID, right, and also lower death rates possible. Very proud to be one of them as well, and I'm proud because we actually sacrificed and stretched so that we can help save the population. All right. So anyway, so we all want to put our normal lives back. Okay. So and you know what? If you are one also of those who sacrificed, right? You didn't sacrifice going to the mall, your simple joys. Okay, that is actually your badge of honor. You can actually proudly say that I contributed to kicking COVID-19 to the curb. Okay, so be proud. So anyway, how are you guys? So Christmas is just a week away, and New Year's is 2 weeks, I think. Yeah, 2022 is just 2 weeks away from today. Christmas is next Saturday, and 2 Saturdays from now, it's actually New Year there. So anyway, just last night, I'm really a neighbor. It's really. There's really a semblance of normalcy already, because our neighbor tested some of their fireworks, and I find it both oddly familiar and also magical as well. It's like an overture to for a back to normal life for all of us, and it was really, really nice. And then in the morning, there was a vehicle that passed along our street with a loud speaker, and it was playing cheerful Christmas songs. So it really brought cheer to the surroundings, because it had been so. It's like we have been in the dark for so long. So and you never really know how important a thing is until we lose it, right? So imagine, we used to take Christmas songs for granted, and now it feels like We are home. It feels like joy is coming back. So amen to that. Okay. Now, how about 2022, guys? Are you guys ready? Do you still believe in New Year's resolution, or have you completely thrown that away? So I suggest for fun's sake, guys, so that next year you can tell yourself, I did. So that 1 minute after the 1 minute or one day after New Year, you can say, I failed my New Year's resolution. So it's something that, you can make it fun. You can make failing fun. You can make it also, you can make a lesson out of it as well. Okay. So do it still. So my New Year's resolution, of course, for 2021 was to be able to work out 3 times to 4 times or 5 times a week. And you know what? By April this year, I was more present than I had been since my last day at Gold's Gym around 2018 there. So I also promised myself that I would go on a diet, and I would do intermittent fasting. And more than last year, any time of my life, I'm very, very proud because I had been more active in my diet. It is a struggle to be consistent, but I suppose when we feel deeply ashamed for letting ourselves go, we are able to find the right perspective that reinforce the New Year's resolution. So I really look forward to finishing strong this year with my health promise. And I suggest you all guys also do the same. I'm also very proud as far as the business side is concerned, because you know what? We got our travel incentive to Bali, and now we are vying for Korea. And I'm sure that, thank you God. And I'm very, very happy also that it's not just Korea that we can vie for this coming 22, but they put Maldives for 2023 back on that table. So you guys, what are you looking forward to this 2022? Okay, so make those New Year's resolution and work on it so that it can work for you guys. Okay, so I hope that everything is also looking up board for you guys, and that almost everyone is able to move forward from the dark times during the pandemic. Okay, let's help one another kick COVID out and also move to a better and greater life. Let's bring our lessons, right? Our pandemic lessons, and make it work for us. Okay, so now speaking of 2022, guys, we are nearing election as well. So I just want to contribute to a few PSA, right? For everyone who is, hold on. For everyone who is going to buy into the campaigns of the candidate. Unfortunately, okay, what's this? Unfortunately, playing dirty is all part of the campaign period with the social media. So they have learned to up the ante, because now with the social media, they can spread fake news like wildfire, and that is really quite alarming. Okay, so fake news are brutal. Okay, they are hurtful because they are done out of malicious intent to really damage the person. Okay, or the person or an organization. So take for example the proliferation of fake news that has prevented us worldwide from beating COVID-19. Okay, fake news has also ushered the culture of negativity, and it's like and also the aggressive decay. All right, aggressive progressive decay of mankind from within. It has eroded our values, our virtues, our intelligence. It has all these all together, and brought out the worst in public, right? The worst of us, the most insecure of us, the most inferior of all human qualities. Okay, so our quest now is to bring intelligence, bring values, bring virtues back on the table, back in social media. Why do we hate goodness so much, right? Anyway, so now with the election coming this 2022, fake news hurt the voters and all the Filipino citizens, born and unborn, all succeeding generation. Remember, for me personally, we've never had great leadership and great governance. Okay, and part of that is is also because of the voters, right? We easily buy into promises, so we really have to be so discerning. And of course, guys, I googled right? If you don't want, I googled how to spot fake news if you do not want to be anybody's fools. Okay, so here are some ways to avoid fake news. I got this from factcheck.org, so you can also go there. The article is pretty straightforward: how to spot fake news. So this is my way of helping you make wiser decision this coming election. Okay, so first, of course, guys, consider the source. Okay, there's so many bloggers here right now, and my personal rule, guys, is to just go back to the reliable sources like DZRJ 810 a.m. and radio, TV, and radio, and reliable broad print media. So that's one. Okay, except tabloid, because in the tabloid it's so sensationalized. Also, you don't need that baggage there. Okay, read, and number two, read beyond the headline, because sometimes the headline can be so sensational, so titillating, because it really wants to attract your attention. And then if you don't read beyond the headline, you won't know if that's fake news or not, because normally in the body, that is where the fakeness is. Okay, so the number three, what's the support? So you have to find out who is the sources that they are also using, right, for their news. Then second, check the date. You know, with the social media, with the internet, with Facebook, all the news can be recycled. Even news from way back, from 20 years ago, or even from 30 years ago, or from 100 years ago, it can be recycled. So it's very important that when you see right away the headline, check the source and look at the date right away. Okay? Because even old news can seem so current. So that's why you have to also check the date. And of course, check your biases. You know, many of the things that we believe and put in our head and spread out there, it's because it aligns with our level of thinking. It aligns with our mindset. So you also have to look at it from other viewpoints, because that's how fake news take advantage of our biases, our beliefs. So we have to widen, educate ourselves, learn some more, right, about that particular news, and so that we don't spread them ourselves, or we don't readily believe them. Okay. Then of course, consult the experts. There are websites like this one, factcheck.org, that help you check if the facts are accurate or are correct. Okay. So our future, guys, is in your hands. You are the smart voters. Think wisely and vote wisely too. No to fake news, or let's hashtag no to fake news, or hashtag don't me fake news. So that ends my election PSA. These candidates are not perfect. But I hope you really intuitively vote for the one who can pay our debts, protect us and our sovereignty from China and other threats, unburden us with immoral taxations, stop dole-out helps, and instead, promote entrepreneurship or build entrepreneurs right from the masses up, and help end all crimes, elevate education and health system. Of course, reimburse those health institutions that PhilHealth owes money to, or PhilHealth has not yet paid back. And vote for someone who can inspire leadership that ends corruption voluntarily in all levels of government institution, and also from our people, right? So I'm not sure about the corruption, but if we can at least minimize it in the next two presidents, I think yeah. So that's good enough. But these are the things that should matter to all of us, right? So so good luck to all those who are voting, and truly more power to us Pinoys. Okay. So anyway, now because of these fake news, it made me wonder why we are so gullible. right? So I, of course, went to my go-to source, Psychology Today. And voila, I did find an article on it, what is the psychology to being gullible? And according to that article, and I agree, very simple, very straightforward, we humans are naturally drawn to anything titillating and sensational. So it's our fault, guys, okay? So this reminds me of a TV network this reminds me of a giant TV network that made sensationalism as their instruments to gain more viewership right after during the Cory administration when it started. Okay, so they used sensationalism to gain more viewership, leads, and of course the tabloids are also there in place. So I guess this network just picked up on that and said, hey, why not use it? So now we are like this. Okay, we have this kind of culture where we readily believe anything because it's sensational. Just like that globe of MOA being stolen. Diba? Anyway, so according to that article, so I suppose, okay, we are naturally drawn to it. Then it makes sense that we are also drawn to fake news. So avoid the clickbait, guys, and smart up, okay? This mindfulness habit will also help you with other aspects of your life, especially avoiding scams, which are really now more rampant, okay? Now, speaking of scams, oh my God, but there's a recent spate of scams involving BDO. In retrospect, it's not this. It isn't just BDO, but BDO seems to. It isn't just BDO that became a victim to this. Okay, I think there's also another big bank there, but but BDO seems to be the most vulnerable when it comes to losing hard-earned monies from online thieves. So again, hashtag so sad, diba? So regardless, BDO and other banks that lost, BDO and other banks that lost the monies of the trusting clients, of their trusting clients, they must return these monies, okay? And also beef up on 24/7 daily security. Because you know what, guys? These thieves, they attack while you're asleep. Okay? Because you won't check it. You won't check it and you just wake up, okay? And you don't even get a notification that someone is hacking into your account. So that's the thing. So that's why it has to be 24/7 security. So I really also have a feeling, guys, that this is an inside job. I hope, although the recent news that I saw said it's not, okay, but there was also someone that said came from another big bank that it was an inside job. So I haven't checked that one. I was just told about that. You guys can check it. But anyway, not only from the bank side, but maybe from the crypto side. So I hope crypto or Bitcoin's side. So maybe these two institutions can help each other, right, beef up security. All right. So anyway, that's just my 2 cents worth. Okay. So I'm not saying that I'm not saying that the Bitcoins or the cryptocurrency is the culprit. No, Chris, it's not. Okay. So anyway, it's already 7:24. All right. And I have this special shout out. And I have this special shout out that I do here because one of the things that I love about being on the radio is that the transmission, right, is not just within the internet or within the boob tube or within the radio. The transmission goes way, way, way and travels all the way to as far as the reach of the universe. So me, I like leaving messages here because the leaving messages here the last few months, because I just came to realize that more and more and more in the recent episodes that I have this magical tool here that can send message as close to the heavens, even if the people those people that I love are still here. Okay, now my special shout out goes to the family of Mentor Spin and Billy, Mentor Laika, Mentor Ren, and Mentor Paul, and Tita Tess, because these guys, when I started in our business, in our industry, in the direct marketing industry, I have never had all these extraordinary experiences. These support as far as getting our dreams. So we're not yet there, not because of them, but it's because of us, right? We all learn differently, and I learn differently. But wins like income, right? Dollar income, or even to sue or rank advancement or leadership. These were what they call that, extraordinary experiences that are not were not present prior to me meeting and being with these superstars. So to this family, the De La Fuente, maraming salamat. And I'm leaving this message out there so that you know that's how much and how deep and how far I love you. So you know that book that says, I love you to the moon and back. Mine, I love you to the edge of the universe and back. And since there are no edges, this love just keeps going back around and around and around. So maraming salamat. So more power, Merry Christmas, and more power to your businesses, all your business centers, and all your family, and to your organization as well. And I'm really, you know what, guys, these are families that has helped so many people change lives for the better. And personally, when I see those awards given to, let's say, the woman entrepreneur, or something about, best something entrepreneur or business, I always tend to be more grateful, because anyone can be the best something at something, but best at changing lives. This is what this family can do, and that includes us. So to the special shout out is, I love you guys, we love you guys, right? And we want this forever etched in the universe, literally. So thank you very much. All right, so now we're almost here. We are now nearing our convo, but last week, right, we had relationship for 2022. We ran out of time, so the number 3 relationship goals I was not able to share it. So let's just catch up a little bit, okay? So anyway, so as far as relationship goes, remember, basta for as long as the premise, right, walang abuses, physical, emotional, or mental abuses, then you are good to go in making your relationship work. So I mentioned number 1, expectation versus reality. So you have to make sure that your expectation is just 0.001 whenever you give something back, so that you don't get hurt. So both partners. And second, of course, you guys have to work on yourself first, because your baggage will clash with each other's baggage, right? Will clash with each other's baggage, and that's going to really challenge the relationship. So if you work on yourself as you go along, then you can bring in the best side of you, the best part of you into the relationship. And of course, this is the number 3. Don't forget, guys, to have fun. So this is the part that we were not able to discuss, okay? So over time, guys, the honeymoon stage, they go away. Your relationship becomes work, because it is work. So if you don't take stock, this really has a way of turning relationship life into a drag, or something painful, or like a dead end. And we don't want that. Me, 30 years into the marriage, has shown me how different I and my husband are in so many different aspects, right? I love to read books, and well, he reads documents. I love to exercise. He doesn't. Okay. I like to grow, and it's sa kanya, he's just happy that way, because his growth is more on the career side, and equally more what they call more important, right? Kasi without him, right, would be found on the streets. Okay, but anyway, so you guys, you have to make sure that you plan and integrate fun in the alley, along the alley of both your interests. You have to put this in as part of your life plan, of your lifestyle, all right? So that it doesn't get boring. Me, I plan themed dinners every now and then. Okay, so sometimes we have a quarter pounder date. It can be as simple as that, or a siopaw date, midnight snack, like that, right? So so sometimes I surprise a meal for my husband. like that. So you guys can also do the same. Make a list of fun things that you can do. If your partner cannot do that for you, at least you may if you be the one to do half of the work. Okay, so make sure. So that is relationship goals for 2022. Add some fun. So that's the number 3 that we met. So bottom line, guys, if you want your relationship goals to if you like your relationship to work, you have to make sure that all these 3 that I mentioned can be integrated into it. Okay. Now it's 7:31. Okay, and onto our topic now, and we still have a few. We still have 30 minutes, so this is good. So our convo for today is going to focus on the books that you have to read to help you stay on course with your 2022 improvements and goals. Because I'm very, 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 very sure, guys, that you already are mulling, right? Thinking about what you want for 2022. You know, New Year's resolution. Okay, but hard truth is, but we never really move beyond day 1 of our New Year's resolution or of our new life plans that we want to implement, because, guys, our default is to fail. We are weak when it comes to stepping up. Okay, creating new changes. We all know that we're already a creature of habit, so we are all comfort zoners. So that's why it's hard to create a new road or a new pathway towards the things that we may want in our lives. Now, the thing is, another hard truth is we don't know everything, and we don't have not only do we not have everything, but we also do not have all those sensational, most inspiring, phenomenal experiences that those great people that we admire do. Okay, reading takes us to their side. Okay, and we get to work whatever lessons that they have learned. We get to work it into our lives. We get to work into our lives the best practices that help these great people land their awesome lives. Diba? All we have to do is start the process, follow and start the process, and then finish the process. Okay, so on a personal note, guys, tackling success, happiness, fulfillment intentionally and can really be wobbly. Okay, we need mental, emotional, and cognitive help, and even spiritual help to cross to point B's and Z's of our lives. Otherwise, we'll be forever stuck at point A or the starting point. Do you want that? Right? Do you always want, like me, do I always want to be fat forever? Do I always want to be shamelessly fat forever? No, I don't want. Okay, do I always want someone to not have any discipline or have all those poor habits in the areas of my life that I want to improve, like financial wellness, prosperous success in our business, right? Do I really always want to be undisciplined and be where I'm? No. So we ask all those hard questions, and I also know for a fact that I have a very poor staying power before when I started, right? But because I pursued and did not stop. I had seen myself come from point A to point B to point C. I've seen many versions of myself improve through time, and for me, I think 2021 happens to be one of the best time as well. Because proof is the qualifying for the Bali trip, right? So and those things, those changes, those level up changes would not have happened if I also did not read, okay, or use books as tools to guide me, to help me improve myself from within. Okay, so now if you want to also succeed in your new goals, okay, and also in your New Year's resolution, these are the books, all right, that I recommend for you guys. And these are the books that we have read also, that I've read also, and my team has read as well. Okay, first, Think Like a Monk. Okay, this it's the book may be the the book may sound like when you hear the word monk, right? It may sound so zen and so spiritual or Buddhist. It's not. Okay, so this book in helping you not just find your inner compass and north star. Okay, but it can also aside from that, it can also anchor and ground you to your inner compass and to your north star. And what I like about this book is it begins with taking the mental and the thoughtful trashes out, and also has the part also includes a part of encourage everyone to heal the emotional self as well. Okay? Kumbaga, baggage in, baggage out kind of thing. Okay? So whatever it is that you want to tackle, okay, it always starts with the personal aspect, whether you want to lose weight or you just want to learn how to save money or pay your debt, right? It all begins in the personal, changing from the personal aspect. Okay, so we define what we like and dislike. We define what we want or not want. We define what we need or not need. Okay, if we are broken, unsure, lost, this book sets us up a good guide and a good starting point. So ang hashtag ko dito guys is find your dharma. So you can get this book actually, of course, at bookstores. I got mine at Fully Booked, and but there's also a PDF copy that you can download and you read it. You know what, guys? You don't have to even read the whole book in 1 week. If you're not the reader type, you can just you can read for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Use a timer or tell yourself to read 10 pages. You know what I do? Because I easily get distracted. I can usually when I read, my brain is very fast in conjuring ideas or images. So I usually when I read the paragraph, I already have a great idea coming out of it. Okay, a great lesson coming out of it. So I get so elated that I end up putting the book down. So for me, the discipline of reading a book is very important. Finishing it, right, or having a staying power is all very important, because if I don't have staying power in as simple as reading a book, then I will not have any staying power in many of the other things that I have to take on. So when I start, so what I did, guys, is I promised myself that I would read 10 pages a day. Then I also timed myself. I think I started with 20 minutes. So there's a timer that within 20 minutes I should be done reading 10 pages. Now I read faster now. So I usually get to finish the 15 pages within 15 minutes. So that's pretty good. So that you can do the same thing. See, all we have to do is use our head to help ourselves. Okay. So if you get this, if you start with think like a monk as well. Okay, if you start with think like a monk as well, then as I said, it's a good starting point. It's a good guide, because you know what? Baggage in, baggage out, and hashtag find your dharma. Okay. Now, second book is Atomic Habits. You know what, guys? This is a clincher to my personal development program. Because before I put out a training program out there, before I say any inspirational quote or teach you or share anything here, I first apply it to make sure that I clear the bugs and that they are universally acceptable. Okay. And I've been working on building my habits, especially in the health side, because it's working out is something. It's really a struggle it's really a natural struggle for any human being. Just, we're mostly sedentary. We work on the chair, we stay here on the chair, and we only stand up when we have to go home or get something from someone within the office, or me, wash the dishes or clean the house. But that's it. So because we're mostly sedentary, working out is very, very difficult. So I've been working out on that habit, and this book finally put in the last nail, pounded the last nail to make that program work. So it produced an idea that now helps me to be on top of my habits, my discipline, and commitment effortlessly. Okay? So now, guys, before uh, I would have difficulty waking up at 7 a.m. because I used to sleep at 1 or 2 a.m. And my goal was to wake up at around 6 or 6:30. And you know what now, guys? I wake up at 5:21 or 5:40, which is the ideal time that I really want to start the day, right? Start the day so that I can do more stuff. So now, be it reading a book or waking up earlier or exercising or taking a life goal, none of those guys can happen if our habits are wonky at best. So Atomic Habits, guys, we get this. It provides you the tools on how you can get, okay, we can get ourselves to point B, C, D, and to whatever points that you want to be at. And the hardest point, if you ask me, kasi guys, ask me why, is because point B means showing up. And if you're, the hardest point for me is point A, because point B means showing up at point A right away. Okay? So if you're not used to springing to action right away, it's never our goal or our schedule, whatever it is that we set, they're never going to progress. And we're never going to progress. So being able to fix our habit, diba, from point A, springing to action so that we can get to point B, is a very everything that goes on in between, right? Between point A to point B. Those are we need all those habits, and if the habits to get us there. So this Atomic Habits, since I said, as I said, is a good tool for improving our habits. Then I suggest you also get it. Okay. So for beginners in life journeys, success, fulfillment, and happiness, you are given an array of habit building tools in this book. So take one, apply, start the process, write it till you're finished lines. Okay, so there, Atomic Habits. So think like a monk, Atomic Habits. Also this one, you can also buy this from the bookstore. I'm not sure if they have it in my favorite bookstore. Only booked. But there's also PDF file that you can download. Then 3, When, the book of When. I don't remember basta just search it, When. So it's about our body clock or circadian rhythm, the best time to work that thing. So are you lazy or made to feel like you are, right? You know what, guys? After a long time of self-improvements, I have come to conclusion that categorically, laziness is a symptom of lack of know-how or lack of direction to start success. Diba? We have no idea, I guess, because we've never been succeeded and nobody's there to guide us. So if you're one of those who can't seem to be an early riser, let's say, diba? Even if you have made it an intent and or part of your things to do, or if you're one of those who are night owl who fails to come on time in the morning and produce great work, because you think better or work better at night, then this book, When, helps define your most productive time or your peak performance hour. Okay, very important. Kasi if you're just starting with your new changes and you keep putting it in a schedule that does not jive with your peak performance hour, then you're gonna fail right away. So what's important is first the hour of your productivity, your best hour, so that you can ride on this before you learn or teach yourself to be productive on the hours that are not your natural rhythm, so to speak. Okay. So it turns out we do have an inner rhythm, all right? And understanding this can release us from the belief or program that we are lazy and also move us to work around our best hour. So my personal advice is you can maximize this inner clock and then improve the body clock productivity slowly to the time that you want, as I said earlier. Okay, so we are not a tree. I believe that. Okay, though we have a default, an internal rhythm clock as our default, we can grow away from this and be disciplined in in any of the hours that we choose to become productive. Okay? So this is a good book to understand our natural productivity and our peak performance hour. So as a starter, this is something that you can get. So I think the title is When. So just surf that. Okay? Now, the other book that I want is Eat That Frog. Okay, not literally. It's sort of like a metaphor used for things that we want to do but need to do so that our lives can improve, diba? So this book is actually this one works hand in hand with the book Atomic Habits and also the book of When, because it's being able to cross things out of your list. And this book, it's Eat That Frog, because we don't eat frogs, right? I mean, some people do, but me, I don't. But basically, when you this image, the image of the title, the image conjures that eating a whole live frog, live frog. Yeah, the image of this title conjures eating a whole live frog. Okay, which is unfathomable because it's icky, gross, you right, slimy. I can imagine all sorts of grossness. But the point of this book is that when you are actually doing taking action towards your goal or towards the things that you have to do for the day, you have to choose the hardest ones first. So for example, my workout, right? My workout and setting aside time for my healing time as well as reading time. Those the exercise there is the hardest for me, as I said, because our natural default is to be sedentary, to just sit. A long time ago, I guess we are no longer hunters. So let me just mention last 13 minutes. So anyway, sorry, I just had to mess because I have a group of guests, my team that I want here. It's to greet all of you. So let's see if they can join us the last 10 minutes. But anyway, so Eat That Frog. So it's just saying that this one helps us to stay focused, diba? And to really learn how to go through the hardest part of our things to do, especially if they are goal related or big Y related, diba? So Eat That Frog, it's such a great book, easy reading as well. Now, the fifth book is Your First Day in Network Marketing. Why did I put this here? Because many of us are looking for money, and whether you believe it or not, as Eric Worre has said, diba? In the direct marketing industry, in the multi-level marketing industry, it's a stone cold fact that we have a better way. So many of us assume, right? Many of us assume that it's a scam, too good to be true, or that it's not real. And many times, all right, these assumptions come from people who have never made it, right? So if you have to ask me, the fact that I am qualifying for Bali, earning dollars, even if it's not $1,000 per week or $2,000 or $5,000 per week, the fact of the matter is I have earned that, and I've earned that and can still earn that in any time I want to pick that up. So it has happened to me, and and the fact that it has happened to me, I will say that it's not just too good to be true, but it is actually true. So for you guys, you have to give yourself a shot. And by this book, Your First Day in Network Marketing, will give you an idea what kind of world is possible for all of you there. Okay, so that's the fifth book. Now the last book that I recommend also is is Millionaire Mindset by T. Harv Eker. Guys, we all have to learn, we all have to work and go for our financial wellness. And many times we have misconception of wealth, and many times we have very poor way of we have a very poor understanding of financial literacy. And this book is going to help you understand how much wealth is just right for you, and how to start making them happen, even if you are just a minimum wager. Okay, it will start you off with just fixing your habit, and then also fixing your habit, and also get you to a point, like, to start you off with fixing your habit there. Okay, so anyway, excuse me, mentor question, hindi na kayo papasok. Ay, sorry. So, to all my team, so anyway guys, that's it. I guess we it's just you and me finishing. We're finishing up na. So it's the last 8 minutes. So those are the books that I recommend for you guys. So let me just recap that. So you have there Think Like a Monk, okay, Atomic Habits, When, what else? Eat That Frog, Your First Day as Network Marketing, Millionaire Mindset. Oh, by the way, the number 5, I urge you to read Your First Day as Network Marketing. I really urge you guys and encourage you not to assume anything. Basta hanapin nyo lang, guys, should you see the beauty of this industry, legal, moral, ethical. Okay? So, yun po. Anyway, so that's it for today. So if there's anything I would like to take with you from this show and into your life, it's that you can actually create a happy plan for your life and can go for it. Okay? You can here, contrary to the old belief that you can't connect the dots looking forward. What I have found out about being happy, going for fulfillment, going for success is that you can connect the dots in looking forward. It is real. Okay, it's a real thing in being happy. Diba? All you have to do, guys, if you want to connect the dots looking forward, is to be intentional with your decision, with your choices. To be intentional with your choices, with your directions, with your goals, right? And with your daily actions as well. So that's how you can connect the dots looking forward, so that you guys can live a happy life. So anyway, thank you to my technicians at UNEL. So anyway, so the convo we had today, consider it as your starting it, right? To your journeys, to your next awesome versions of yourselves this 2022 and onwards. Can't be just 2022, okay? So this show is, I hope that also, it's the last 2 weeks of the year. I hope that for the last, actually since I started, or especially in the last, since 2016 when we had this show, I hope that you guys were really able to implement and, pick a lesson and apply that and implement it. And I also hope that it has led you, diba, to milestones and better versions of yourselves. And that is naman the pretty much the intention of this show, because I really don't believe I really don't believe that we are ordinary, or I don't believe that this is all that we can be. You know why, guys? Because it's always IQ over EQ. Whether you have high IQ or not. And speaking of high IQ, there's the study that showed that if that scientists, and although scientists brain, their intelligence are no different from people like us, those who are non-scientists, right? And that's true. We all have, and that's what I've been trying to say here. We all have, we all possess, we all just have a brain, and it has faculties that that are common to all of us, and it's all just a matter of applying them. So apply them syempre sa legal, moral, and ethical na bagay, di ba? I really also don't believe that that wala na tayong magagawa, di ba? I think even if you're at your lowest, di ba? Pwede, iba nga others become, di ba? Let's say they are at a disadvantage from the typical bias na you only have an edge if you graduate from school, or if you come from a good school, di ba? Hindi rin, because you know what, guys, yung mga basurero dati and mga nagtitinda sa palengke, di ba, those na nagtiyaga, yung mga magtataho, yung mga magbubuko, di ba? Chinatsaga lang nila to, and you know what, they just live in this place, or probably have poor management skills, but you know what, they really have they're the ones, even jeepney drivers, they're the ones whose children were able to graduate from college, nakaguyod nila, diba? So my point is, guys, for as long as may mental faculties tayo, and we are decided to make our life better, and then for as long as legal, moral, and ethical, I do think that we can change. I do think that we can create happy decisions, happy directions, happy choices, so that towards the happiness destination. Diba? Kung ano man yan. Happy can be, I want to be healthy. Happy can be, I want to earn an income of 50,000 every month. Diba? If let's say I'm a minimum wager today, happy is I want to start, I want to have an income. If you are coming from zero like me, diba? I want to start earning an income, be it plus 5,000, 10 or 12,000 a month, or 50,000 a month. Meron po, again, may industriya, in fact, sa industriya lang namin, basta legal, moral, ethical, okay? Yung mga pinapublish sa dyaryo, guys, na pag sinabi na ng SEC na hindi, wag yun. But companies like ours, they're legal, moral, ethical. So meron at meron. Basta maparaan ka. I've seen it, guys. Here's the, in terms of wealth, ang I admire now, we come from a family that our parents can send us to school, can afford to send us to college. Pero you know what, guys? Parents who has the capability to afford, wala kasing crippled part of our lives compared to those who had none. Yung mga kilala kong who came from, yung mga kilala kong nanggaling sa wala at galing sa mahirap, sila pa yung buhay na mas magaganda sila mag-decide, mas malalaki yung income nila because galing sila sa wala. So doon pa lang proof, though that alone is already proof that we can actually change the direction of our lives. Okay? So those are the happy choices and happy decisions, happy goals, happy North Star, and solid inner compass. All right. So again, guys, today I just gave you the tools and the books that you can read to help you get started. They can be found on the net as a PDF file, and you can download them. Okay. So again, that's it, guys. Good night. It's 8:00. This is DJ Chin, wishing you a very Merry Christmas and an awesome 2022 to us all. So I'm gonna see you guys again next Saturday. I'm now saying hello. Oh, before I close, hello to all the extreme aces. Mentor Laika, Mentor Coach Candy, Coach Cons, Coach Weng, Coach Pao, Coach Day, Coach Sofia, Coach Dot, sino pa ba? Coach Bev, yun yung mga madalas kong makasama. And so yun. Alright, so Merry Christmas po sa inyo at I will see you again next Saturday sa Pasko mismo. Thank you and good night.
The views and comments of the hosts and guests are not necessarily those of the station.